Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Andrew Warren, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about some more positive news recently released around Tesla stock. More specifically, this is going to be good news about a Tesla product itself, rather than, of course, news like we've done recently, discussing different analysts having bullish price targets or saying good things about Tesla stock. But as we know, the products themselves do play a big role in Tesla stock also, because as we know, Tesla as a company does not pay for marketing or advertising or anything like that. All of it relies on word of mouth. So with that, they utilize the money that would have otherwise been used for marketing and use it for creating a high quality product that people find a lot of value in. And that definitely works out very well for Tesla, because as we know, if you ask pretty much anyone that owns a Tesla, they would love to talk to you about their Tesla, and they pretty much get excited about just telling you about it, letting you ride in it yourself. And so that is one thing about people that own Teslas. You even have like your Tesla owners, Silicon Valley, Tesla owners, whatever location it is, they basically even have their own Tesla clubs. So people love their Teslas and they love the product. And so, like I said, there's a huge advantage to that where Tesla can save a lot of funds on marketing and utilize it just for creating the product itself. And that definitely pays off for them, because as we know, so far Tesla has been very successful without having to pay for advertising. And I've kind of made the comparison before with like Tesla's kind of being similar to the iPhone when it was first released, where people love the product, and Apple and Steve Jobs were all about creating the best product for customers, and that was one of their main goals. And so I see a big similarity between what Apple did with the iPhone to what Tesla is doing with their different models right now. So people love their Teslas, like I said, and this news article is all about a recent survey that was released around Tesla and of course other vehicles as well. But this news piece does shine a lot of light on Tesla specifically, and the results are actually very interesting and obviously great for the stock, because like I said, the people that do own Teslas, they love them, they show off their Tesla to their friends, and then their friends end up buying them, and then the cycle repeats over and over. So that does play a big role in the stock price in terms of sales and expediting this transition from internal combustion engine vehicles to electric vehicles. So just this outlook on the products alone definitely has a lot to do with the share price, in my opinion, because as we start to see more people buying Teslas, and of course the delivery numbers increasing, Tesla scaling the business further to meet these delivery numbers, then that cycle just continues. As people get Teslas, they love the product, they share it with their friends, which drives more sales, which leads to Tesla scaling the business. So like I said, it's definitely a big factor in Tesla stock, although at surface value, one might not think so. So anyways, if you all do enjoy these Tesla news videos, please make sure to smash that like button. But anyways, let's go ahead and check out this article, and then I'll expand on this information a little bit more and just have some discussion. And so just a heads up, this news piece was recently tweeted out by Elon Musk a few days ago. It actually led to another article, but I went directly to the source. These are the people that conducted the survey, known as What Car. And so the article is titled 2020 What Car Reliability Survey, Executive Cars. And so if you're not familiar with what executive cars means, it's basically a British term for a large car. And so this states, in our exhaustive annual survey, we reveal how dependable cars up to 5 years old are based on the experience of 13,000 owners. So as it states, this survey is based off of the responses from 13,000 owners. So although it's not a very huge amount, in terms of just thinking how many Teslas there are on the road right now, this is still pretty significant. So a lot of props do need to go to What Car for conducting this survey and actually getting us some valuable information like this. So I definitely want to throw out a big thank you to What Car for this information, and then also the author, of course, known as Claire Evans. So as I've said earlier, this is a survey about the reliability of executive cars, aka large cars, and this is a 2020 survey. So this is very up to date, and like I said, Elon Musk recently tweeted about this, and so this is a huge deal, because anyone that purchases a car, one thing they always think of is reliability. No one wants to spend a lot of money on a brand new car and it not have the reputation of being reliable. And so just getting into the number one spot for the most reliable executive cars, as you can see, Looks like the first one is the Tesla Model 3. So it says 2019 to present, and the reliability rating is 99.4%, the highest reliability rating out of every car in this list. And so it does mention what went wrong. This is reasonable to mention. There's always some things that can be improved on. So it does mention interior trim, which it says 5%. So I feel like that is reasonable. There's always going to be some sort of criticism that will help a company improve. And so it states Tesla's newest model is the most durable executive car, with just 5% of cars suffering a fault according to owners. All cars could still be driven and were fixed in a day or less at no cost to the owners. So that's a really important statement right there. It does mention that just 5% of the cars did have a fault according to the owners. However, they could all still be driven with no issues, and that for every single one of those 5%, they were all fixed in at least a day or less. So a day or less to have that issue fixed, and for only 5% of them having those issues, that's actually really solid. And we all know how crucial time is when it comes to getting an issue fixed. I'm honestly one of those people that are like really impatient. So just the idea of knowing that I'll have to wait a week or two to get something fixed or something handled, it actually does really bother me. So it's nice to see that for those issues, they were fixed within a day or less at no cost. And the no cost is crucial as well. So they're timely, and the cost is not put on the owners, rightfully so, of course. But that's just important to keep in mind when it does come to customer service. And so the owner's view states, everything about this car is superb, and I've had none of the build quality issues of the earlier models. And so that does go back onto what we've discussed in previous videos, where the farther a new model gets into the future, the more it improves. And we understand with Tesla, instead of it being like with other legacy automakers where they have improvements based on each new year, Tesla just continues to improve over time. The Tesla you buy right now is probably not going to be as good as the Tesla you buy a month from now or 2 months from now. So they're constantly improving, and I honestly like this. And yes, of course, it's kind of like goes along with that technology thing where the product you buy on that day is not going to be as good as the product you buy in the future, just because they're always improving, innovating, and things like that. However, I honestly really like that business model because it does help widen that gap between Tesla and the rest of the competition, when the competition is waiting a full year to implement changes and improvements on a vehicle model. So this is actually something that I really like seeing out of Tesla, and I think that's one of the main reasons why they're continuing to be successful. And so just out of pure curiosity, I want to go down this list and just show everything else, but I just want to emphasize, as you can see, the Tesla Model 3 is the most reliable car in 2020 according to this survey, with a reliability rating of 99.4%. This is huge in itself just for an EV being seen as the #1 reliable car. It kind of addresses that stigma that exists around electric cars, and Tesla once again continues to prove people wrong. So you love to see it. But just getting into this next one, out of pure curiosity, you have the Skoda Superb Patrol. This one was at 98.3% reliability rating. Then we have the Mazda 6, which is 2013 to present, a reliability rating of 98%. And so that's the end of the list right there for the most reliable cars. Those top three that we just covered, Tesla is #1, the Skoda Superb Patrol for #2, and of course the Mazda 6 for #3. And then this list gets into the least reliable executive cars, which for #1 it mentions the Mercedes-Benz C-Class at an 87.3% reliability rating, the Vauxhall Insignia Grand Sport for #2 with a reliability rating of 87.4%. Then the Audi A4 diesel for a reliability rating of 89.8%. And so it does have a list right here, reliability for executive cars aged up to 5 years old. And as I said earlier, Tesla Model 3 at #1. And just for a few ones that we are familiar with, you have the BMW 3 Series, the Audi A4. So some of these are different types right here, as you can see, the Volkswagen Passat. So a few familiar names right here and there. But I just wanted to emphasize with this article, as I said, Tesla did score the #1 spot for the reliability rating. So it's really nice to see this, especially from the owners that are actually providing feedback that is valuable for us that are looking to buy Tesla. So this is actually really valuable for those that are in the market for a new car and possibly an EV. And especially if you're not even really thinking about an EV and someone actually comes up to you and says, well, for the #1 reliable car of 2020, the Model 3 actually scored the #1 place as part of a survey of 13,000 different owners. So for those where reliability and price definitely play a crucial part, then Tesla might be one of those options that people are interested in, especially if that's information that is newly brought to the table for those that might not have even been looking into a Model 3. That could be something that really starts to bridge the gap between those customers that are stuck over on the internal combustion engine side to maybe them considering an electric vehicle. So reliability is one of those things that everyone wants to see out of a newly purchased vehicle. So for the Tesla Model 3 to have that #1 spot for reliability and to also be basically the best EV in the market right now in terms of value for what you're paying and getting to the point where it's actually pretty competitive to a lot of the internal combustion engine vehicles, then with all of these things going on, then it could be likely that it could draw in customers that may not have considered a Model 3 otherwise. So this is definitely valuable information that could play a role in future sales for this company. And honestly, I love to see it as someone that wants to see this transition from internal combustion engines to electric vehicles happen. It's great to see that with electric vehicles, you are actually getting a lot of value for your money. You're getting reliability. And so as we know, even if you're just someone that's looking for a good car or a good vehicle and you're not so much as interested in like the whole renewable energy aspect, all you want is performance and reliability and customer satisfaction, well, Tesla does check all of those boxes. So at this point, especially with the Model 3, it's definitely one of those cars where a lot of these new people that aren't even really looking for an electric vehicle, it could still fit what they're looking for, and all someone has to do is introduce it to them and tell them what this is all about and the owner's satisfaction and how reliable it is and let them actually test drive it. And as we all know, the test drive has a huge role to play in possibly influencing customers to actually buy the vehicle. Pretty much the typical statement that you will get from a Tesla owner is, of course, they'll ask you, are you interested in a Tesla? And depending on your response, if you say no, then they will ask you, have you ever driven a Tesla? Because that's kind of the game changer at that point. The test drive has honestly turned a lot of Tesla skeptics into people that love Teslas. So that's definitely the crucial factor right there. But anyways, I just wanted to share this news piece with you all because I did think this was interesting, and I think it could play a role in the company in the future with possibly influencing more sales as Tesla begins to put itself on the map even further with making the top spots for these qualifications like with reliability and more. So anyways, please make sure to smash that like button if you all enjoyed this video. And also, feel free to sign up to Robinhood and Webull in the description below. If you sign up with my referral link, you'll get some free stocks, and especially with Webull right now, if you sign up with my link and deposit $100 into your account, you'll get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400. And after you get those free stocks, you can take that $100 right back out. So it's basically just passive income, free stocks, free money. And just a heads up, I am pretty close in the Webull summer competition right now. I'm in 44th place currently for referrals, and all I need to do is get into 20th place to get a free share of Facebook stock. So if you would like to help me out with that and also get some free stocks, definitely feel free to use my link to Webull and deposit that $100 into your account. I don't know how likely it is that I'll win this competition at this point, but I do believe it ends by September 9th, so it would greatly help me out. But hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your weekend.